Hey guys, well, welcome back to the thing. I'm having a chocolate waffle. I've not been eating a lot of sugar, so hopefully this will get me more excited than normally. And boy, do we need that. I really like Yoshi's Island. It's a fun game. Not to stream. It's just a little bit. What's the problem with it? I want to show off all the areas to you guys. I just don't know where they are, and then I miss out on it. Oh, come in! Come in! Come. The reason I yelled is because I don't. I yelled at him because my parents are in the kitchen, and I really wanted to close that door very fast. And just when I wanted to do that, he was like, "Oh, you're getting up? Let me dash ahead of you." Instead of actually coming in. So it does help if I say it louder. He knows it's real. It's for real then. I'm not just fucking around here. I need to recover a little bit. After that ungodly stream. Vicious giant dinosaur game. Vicious. Play as a fucking monster, and you fight even worse monsters that use all these tactics against you and traps. Bloody traps. Turn your friends into foes. There's all sorts of nasty things going on. All sorts of war crimes in that game. But I'm glad we got past the fucking smug Mildes marching. Let me put it like this. If you march with Milde, you march with Hitler. I'm not even sitting down, by the way. That's why I may sound a little distant, because I am. I'm not actually close to the mic. No, I am getting closer. Getting closer. We're getting closer, guys. Can you smell me? Let's get back to the thing. Should I switch avatars to the... No, I shouldn't. I have another PNG that's basically one of my avatars from the other channel. And that one might be fun to grow. I might pick that one, depending on who's around and who's chatting later on. For now, I'm just gonna pretend that I'm making the stuff for YouTube while I'm streaming it. Technically, that might be what I'm doing. Alright, so my next trick. So I played a game that I knew was gonna piss me off. And I kept going until I actually got pissed off. It happened a bit later than I expected. I'm getting better at this. Not getting too pissed off and yelling too loud. What was the thing I yelled at the loudest? Like, I couldn't hold it in. I'm pretty sure it was at the cacti flower. I don't know why I don't remember that. I remember the fuzzies that make you dizzy. Then again, it's a fuzzy. And Fuzzies and I go way back. Speaking of, where is Fuzzy? Fuzzy Wuzzy, that is. I'm thinking of actually adding the sprite of the Fuzzy from Yoshi's Island too. Oh, no. There she is. It's spring, you know. It's a season where the rabbits go out to go to town on male rabbits. Or God knows, I think they pretty much hump everything. Oh, Zach, I should sue you for defamation. As if you're not the biggest whore out there with your booba out. At least I'm not showing any of my bits. They're on the bottom of my sprite. You never see them because I'm two-dimensional. And you got your crotch out there shoving it in the face of your audience, and you have them pay to grow it too. So you can shove it even more in their faces. All right, she wrote me. I'm glad that that's a mainstay by now. He doesn't need the AI to read me on this channel. She does on Seth the Dragon. Here she just freestyles. And she's sentient on her own. I'm looking for... I'm looking for a sprite. Let's see if there's an animated version of that. Shall we browse the internet together? Shall we surf the internet together, children? Wouldn't that be cool? You like surfing and websites and stuff, don't you? We're gonna do it. Let's do it. That is not the internet. That is Lake Hylia. We'll look for Fuzzy Yoshi's Island, and not for this videos. By the way, why am I not here? Can anyone explain why I'm not here? I guess I could be here for a bit. Yeah, there's a whole scene that is like grow Zach, but a Watabo or Puffball, it's just fuzzy. I'm actually not thinking of Fuzzy, I was thinking of Gusty. If that makes sense. It's not animated. Oh! Yes, this one is. Okay, okay. I got this. I got this. We can use this. We can milk this. It's very quiet, I remember. I wish that's the one reason I want a faster processor. Not the frame rates. Not actually being able to play games that have been released in the last 5 years without frame rate issues. Just so I fucking can start up YouTube faster. It looks like shit. Or is that just how it is? Is that just the YouTube servers? I took like a quarter cup of coffee and now I regret it. I think I'm gonna go back for another one. For chai. Apologize. Because I don't like BRBing upon BRBing, but sorry. Quarter cup of coffee was a mistake. And I will learn from that. It will not happen again. Where's my subliminal playlist thing that I wanted to add? No. No. I'm typing subliminal playlist. That's not what I mean. It was not a playlist. It was a playlist is one video. I really struggle with my... Oh, no, wait. Actually, I made a favorite for background music. It's not subliminal, it's liminal. Excuse me for using the ancient term. Very outdated. Yeah. Voila! Can you say that for music, even though it means like look over there? You just can't see the fucking music. Actually, this would be interesting to add. Hold on, you see what I mean. It's funny because I recently remember clearly removing this source from this scene after years of not using it, and now I'm like, yeah, let's use it. I'll show you in a second. Actually, how do we do this again? Is it? Wait. Okay, I thought I could do this fast. But I forgot how to do it. Let me check for a second. I wanted to get this in the background. So what type of source is this? A source I'm gonna copy paste. What about that? I guess this turned into a chill stream. That's what happens when you leave me by myself. Fuzzy's drowning. Good. Oh, she went off. Alright, Fuzzy. You stay safe. Actually, she is outside of the aquarium, I guess. She's in the clouds. That works. She's watching it. She's trying to... Good luck, Zach. I wonder how much oxygen is really in there for a big guy like you. Those bubbles are not gonna last forever, you know? Just watching me drown. Well, speaking of, I'm gonna replace Fuzzy 2, which for some reason I have here. That's enough fuzzies. I'm gonna add another sprite instead. Real Fuzzy. I know that's gonna upset Fuzzy Wuzzy, but that's the point. We have a long toxic relationship where we've been married for so long. Me and Fuzzy. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's small. Holy shit, it's small. Touch Fuzzy, get dizzy. I'm definitely gonna touch it every time I talk. That's all I wanted to do. That's all I wanted to do. Let's get Frogan out of the way. We got Fuzzy now. You bastard. That's not the real Fuzzy. That's a drug. That's a recreational drug with ice. Was that Fuzzy? Are you jealous of my new spouse? Alright, that's it. You can sleep on the couch tonight. This is a good backdrop though. Who the fuck is that midget behind me? Dude. If I was like a 2 feet tall, low poly Italian, I would be a fucking billionaire. Multi-billionaire. My content would be worth a lot more. And look at what the fucker is bringing. Nothing. He's giving nothing. It's not even masculine. If you heard that voice... He's not a fanboy, he's not masculine, he's nothing. He's just giving nothing, okay? Not feminine either. Nothing. Is Mario non-binary then? I guess he is. I mean, they are. Like, feminine voice, masculine kind of features. Yeah, in a way. It's just that he's so... I don't know. He lacks personality. Doesn't have a big personality. Go kill him, Fuzzy. Take your rage out on him. No, I think I'll go with Mario now. I've always wanted a tall stud like you, but I realized that you're just toxic and full of yourself, each and every inch of you. I'd rather be with this little garden gnome. Yeah, you pretend you like Mario, while I'm gonna pretend I like Fuzzy to make you jealous. This is how we heal our relationship, by making each other jealous. It works. You guys don't understand it works. We just know each other like that. Is there anything else new about the stream I want to talk about before I continue with the next segment? The next segment is not a gay little game that will piss me off, but that could piss me off. If I took it seriously, I won't. I won't, and I think I can't avoid it. Here's the pool rooms. And boy, did I like those basements with pools. Always did, even before that was a thing. Now, even before I realized it was in Super Mario 64, because I wasn't that intimately acquainted with it for a long time. Because I've forgotten about it. It's not a game I kept revisiting over and over and over. I have better things to do than just revisit the fucking 90s forever. Until I started streaming. What? Guys, did I gain 2 followers? It was 193. And I didn't see a single goddamn follow pop up at any point. I think the follower thing is just has lost its mind. I was 193. Let me check that really quickly. Let me just check that really quickly. What happened there? And give me my garden back. I want to look out. I want to be outside. I don't want to be in the pool rooms anymore. People are gonna goon for me. Think I'm some kind of entity. I'm gonna get some really weird freaks gooning for you. I know they exist, unfortunately. Sadly. Back to my stationary background. It doesn't take up too much hard drive space. Do you know how fucking expensive hard drive space is, by the way, now? And if I were to... Oh, Fuzzy likes it outside. Both of them do. The same hard drive I bought back in December 2023. Right now, same amount of data. Instead of going down or staying the same, it just went up in price. By a significant amount, too. Like, it's now 160, and it was maybe 120 before. It's absolutely insane, and it's across the board. I guess that hard drive space is not really expanding so fast anymore, or not at all. I think it's plateaued pretty much. How much it can shove in there, fit in there. So now it's all just supply and demand forever. You can no longer cheat. That means that streams are going to be really expensive to store. Maybe that explains why Twitch is nuking my VODs. So yeah, this is going to be fun for YouTube to store forever. And for me as well, unfortunately. And because of that, I don't have a moving background. Because if I have like my snowy background, some of you may remember it from the one stream I did that. That adds 20 gigabytes to my stream if I talk like against a snowy backdrop. That ain't cheap. I might as well just buy cocaine at that point for that money. I was just checking the amount of followers, didn't I? So I don't trust this bullshit. I really don't. Because I didn't look, the last follower is actually my alt account. Now I'm talking. Sorry if you hear me. That's not what I asked. It's actually my... Why does it think I want to watch my own stream while I'm streaming? Twitch has updated its terms of service. I don't agree. What the fuck? You see, something did not update here. Because, yeah, someone refollowed me yesterday. And someone else followed me over a week ago. Another friend. Which I thought was already following me, but I guess they were a Fallen fan for a while, but now they're back. I'll be back eventually. So okay, yeah, I got 2 followers extra. It's not showing though. And what is that for? What am I paying that little widget in the top right corner for? That looks like a sunset in Yoshi's Island. By the way, I haven't verified, but I'm now pretty positive that Yoshi's Island is actually progressing across a 24-hour thing, or at least like from morning to dawn. Or night. I think by the end of World 5 it's nighttime. And World 6 is just all in darkness. I thought it was per world, but no, it's actually the entire game. There's a time span. I don't know why it didn't click with me. Maybe I knew that at one point. Now I don't. I now know it again. For the longest time I forgot. For the longest time I didn't know anymore. I'm gonna check my widget quickly. What's going on here? Why are we not showing that I was followed by Antoine and Lux the Devil? Lux the Devil? Hold on. That is not my Lux. That is Norwegian Lux. I was like, why did Lux, who's actually one of my first followers, Luxy Cappuccino, why did he unfollow and refollow me, or did he make a new account? It's someone completely different. It's a completely different Lux. I forget sometimes that it's just a 3-letter combination. It's very popular for names people pick. No, that's on me. More fool me. I'm still checking now. Where is the whole... refresh cache. It still says Titan DD. It's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. So you might as well just fuck off. If you're gonna gaslight me into saying that I didn't have other followers outside of myself in the last 8 days. There was someone else following me. Alright. Okay, back to normal stuff. This is just... It's not even a show. This is just me having OCD and wanting to know everything that's going on. What is this part? Is this the final... I think it's the final room. Hold on. I'll show you guys. This is the final room, right? It should show here. Trapped in a dream. The fact that Toad is ghostly... I know it's like we have so inefficiently placed all the polygons in this game that we need to make Toad transparent. Like, what is the point even of that, by the way? Unless you talk to him, he stays transparent. Is he a hologram? Is there a story reason or a performance reason? Because performance-wise, it doesn't make sense. You're still gonna have to render him. Or is it that he is invisible, but he phases into existence the closer you get? This is a really good room. But it doesn't give me Liminal, it just gives me bedroom. Without a bed. The bedroom's spooky. Like a room where you sleep. Unheard of. Guys, I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to refill my cup for a second. Very, very quick BRB. Also, the clips are playing. I didn't even know. They're muted. They're behind this scene. My clips are playing. Behind this clip, I'm chewing out English Redditors for having bad teeth and stuff, like, and yelling at and talking about Giovanni's farts. Let me see actually what clip was playing. Monkey? It's the monkey clip. You know what? Watch the clips without any of the commentary. It's better. Monkey? One of my favorites. Inexplicably. There. I actually brushed my teeth as well. You know what? I had something stuck between my teeth today. And it was probably the worst thing that can be stuck between your teeth. Other than maybe a piece of glass. It was, I think the skin of a red pepper. Like a little bit of peel. The peel. It was between my molars, all the way in the back, and just trying to pull it out didn't work. Just brushing my teeth didn't help, and all the time it kept burning on my tongue every time it brushed against it. My mouth was on fire. So I had to actually floss it aggressively. That was not optional. I wonder if I don't... What the fuck is this? What is this smut content? By the way, speaking of smut content, it does suck. You're right. Are we back to this? Oh my fucking... No, there goes my gigabytes. There go my very expensive, hyperinflated priced gigabytes. No, we're not doing that. No more moving back around. That was a mistake. That alone, that probably took me half a hard drive. That's terrible for my encoder. Let me see. Get lost. But we can do some gooner hypnosis fetish with that. What about that? You guys like that? How does it even go? I never watched that kind of porn. Just know it's a genre of porn. Where you go like hypnosis and you tell people, what would you tell people? Give me money, hit my Ko-fi, become part, or visit the other Ko-fi, Deity Brocast, and become a member. Yeah, you pathetic gooner, give me money. Dumb little loser. I noticed you looking at my ass and the other things that shall not be named right now, because I think it will derail the chat. So that was my hypnosis fetish video attempt. That's how I imagine it, at least. As always, it just comes down to give me money, doesn't it? I was thinking, if I can actually ever fill up this bar, just as a meme, as my mom calls it. Yes, she does. As a meme, I will show feet. Not as like porn, you know? Not as titillating content, just as a funny thing. Because they're big and smelly, and that's funny. That's a meme, you know? You know my favorite song, Meme Shimama? You know Meme Shimama? You know Lahi? That song, it's a tribute to that song. Meme Shimama, Mama Shimeme. I've played it so many times on the stream. I'm not gonna do it right now, but I'll do it again soon. Don't worry. It always comes back sooner or later. So yeah, it would be like that. If I ever fill up this kosher coffee, because this is the kosher coffee thing. I should stop saying coffee. It's not coffee. Coffee. For my kosher coffee bar. And keep in mind the non-kosher one is sitting at like 400 euros or something. I mean, it's been a while. It's been maybe half the year, but still. And this one is crawling like a snail. Because, you know, it's just a PNG, usually. And if it's not a PNG, it's just my face. People don't have face fetishes often. Unless they're into vor, but that's the problem. That's cannibalism, dude. Stop that. If I ever fill this up, I will definitely do something meme-worthy. With the feet. With the funny footsies, yeah. I should do that. Because but it would be a meme and not obviously something that could get me banned. Because if the intent was to titillate, it would not be, it would definitely not be right. I would never do that. Never. You have just been flinched, and now we move on. Here we go. Keep in mind though, my other coffee there that is less kosher. That does have some rewards, but it's completely it's outside of this channel's scope. Anyway, back to you. Back to you, nerd. Thank you, Zach. Let's go. God, I love these little extra lines. You have no idea how much time it took me to get the colors right for this. Not the background. That's not my work. It's not even my AI generated AI art. Someone else made it for me. They used all their tokens for that, and it was worth it. Well worth it. I just wanted to play this like a demonstration of this game, and maybe, if you're with me here, to ease my audience into the idea of me playing more simulation games on the stream. Because didn't I show you guys the other time like this little list of changes I had in mind, and I forgot what half of them were. I think one of them was to be a bit more chill and less angry. Which I failed because at the same time that I want to be like that, I know sometimes I'm just tempted to play a gay little game that will piss me off because, that's most of the games. Sometimes for variety, you gotta play something that will piss you off. But overall, I'm trying not to make that my main, like another like the Italian New Yorker thing. Don't want to be that, or the angry Scotsman thing all over again, just with a different accent. Don't want to go there. I think that was one of the resolves. Does anyone remember the rest? Because I sure as fuck don't. Oh, the other one obviously was I want to play mostly simulation games as like the main stuff in Baldur's Gate 3, but that's gonna be something I need to get back into first. It's a resolution, so it's not like you can immediately do that. Right, so more Sims games and more simulation games in general, especially looking into Roller Coaster Tycoon. But this is like a very primitive version of that, but at the same time also a very infuriating version of that. But I played this game as a kid, and I'm a little nostalgic about it, so I ended up playing this for a couple of hours, even though I knew I was getting stuck, and I fucked up. Couldn't help it. What a peaceful world if it's just like theme parks. What if the whole world was just theme parks and not countries and borders? Actually, that's not even the case here, because you definitely have different taxes and inflation rates per country. But it just looks so nice, all borderless, and just theme parks instead of cities. This little happy places with clown music playing. What was the third resolution again? Other than putting stuff on YouTube from now on? It would really help if I actually wrote down some stuff. Let me check now. I'm sorry again, I get like that. But all good streamers, especially the ones that stream for 6 hours and then do you think they don't go on tangents? That's their whole bread and butter. By the way, I hope you guys enjoy the teal ball of the oddly ant in the background, our Victorian manor, where we house all the himbos and drag queens and other queer icons from my NSFW server, which really is more It's NSFW because it's just fucking insane. Not because it's that spicy for some reason. Like I talked about it before. The whole server just was originally like, oh yeah, here people can post sexy screenshots and shit, and then over the years it became just memeing. And here's our beautiful Trixie Mattel. We can tell that from how she has a very petite feminine height. And Katya, of course, Katya. Who could forget that? She looks a little red. Was you know, she's had her rough days. I don't know, but this was supposed to be Hasanabi. And I think he fused with some other character. But he does have the right size. The one on the right. I don't know what the one on the left was. I think Grandfather Spider from Wizard 101. I wasn't the one that made these prompts, just a reminder, I didn't make these prompts. I also was not going to talk about this at all. I was just going to not acknowledge it, but you know what? I got distracted. Let me check. Yeah, more laid back. Less anger, less yelling. Cool. Stream incidentally, don't force it. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm sticking with that. And all I had to do was do less. Less rewatches. I didn't even put it in my overview last time, but I am doing less rewatches because going over my VODs, I got confused by just how many there were that were rewatches. And secondly, it's actually really annoying for me to do that. Because if I do live comments during the rewatches, I kind of want to preserve that. Then I have to crop every comment and put it together in a reel. And you just get some reel with random impromptu comments. But mostly for the archiving purposes, all these rewatches were annoying me. So there's gonna be less rewatches. Unless maybe something during BRB. Was there anything? No. No, I think I'm... Yeah, less JRPG stuff, because I pre-recorded JRPGs at some point, and it's just something I may do live, but again, filler content. Like, I want to focus more on the simulation stuff. As far as pre-recorded goes, I guess that's the big one. Anything about the sussiness? I don't think so. Other notes are more for myself, like keep the recording rolling, because I always forget to hit record again if I had a break. Then I need to download the part of the VOD just for 5 minutes of content in a different encoder that I cannot just merge with my VOD again with the recording. What's this? No, I think that's pretty good. So I'll be playing some BG3 and sim games like Stardew and The Sims games, basically, for now until Paralyzed comes out. I'm definitely not gonna play Inzoi, by the way. Fuck that. I mean, I can't on this rig, but if I really wanted to, I'd get a new rig to play it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Too much AI trash, by the way. I just don't like that. Feel something stinky about that. Stinky. I'm a bit of a bitch about that. Not like based on principles. I just find it really bland. I say it's, you see me like I have a flexible moral stance on it. Like there's a time and place for it. I don't feel like that time and place is in a video game like that. The AI should only affect the behavior a little bit, but not anything written or artwork. No. I can do that because I'm fucking broke. I wouldn't have paid for a background. Broke. but you know, I'm not turning a profit. I mean, I had to buy a hard drive for 160 euros just for my streams. That the Twitch doesn't want to store anymore. In that sense, broke as in not being left with much. And actually, if I really subtract the costs of the hardware from what I make of tips and stuff, I'm not left with a lot. Which is fine, by the way. It's a hobby after all. I mean, it's fair that I pay for it. It's fair. But what we were on about? Yeah, this teal ball, I wouldn't have commissioned an artist for 500 euros to paint a giant Hasanabe. It would have looked much better. But the gag is kind of that it looks crusty and weird. That was kind of the point, right? It is just AI crust in the more traditional sense when it was still funny. Absurdity at its finest. Beyond what even a human can produce. It's more artificial cringe intelligence, right? Am I right? Huh? But this is mostly, again, just a little bit of variety. To give you guys something different from the usual. And also because I want to reinforce the idea that I'm now a simulation streamer. Again, like I used to be. Oh, I haven't told you guys or shown you guys, right? But let's go to YouTube for 1 second, and I'll show you my first stream for a moment. If I can find that. I'm very careful with what I'm typing into the address bar because it's my main browser before I switch scenes. It's not giving me any suggestions. Oh, look at that! Guys, look what a fucking perfect recommendation. Why I regret buying Inzoi. As you should. I haven't bought it. I just seen people play it, and I was like, this is not for me. And even though I'm going to be the simulation guy once again, and then there's this one, and I'm already looking at my next BRB. Look, this is literally my BRB. The BRB music combined with the video I picked for it. We're gonna do more pool rooms. Is it gonna be water and everything? This is not cozy. What the fuck? Why did you pick this? You know what? This is still a good video. What is the music? Slow down. Okay, so it's slow down. Okay, it's not something that gets me copyright struck, I assume. I have to quickly switch to store this for the next time. I need BRB music. And it might be in half an hour for all I know, because I drank a fuck ton of coffee. Let me switch to my other account. I'm keeping some of my accounts a secret just in case I get targeted by crazy people. Let me show you. Alright, okay. This would be... This would be... Which playlist again? BGM, okay. There you go. There he is, bastard. We sure got past him again today. We sure got past him without even killing him. We fooled him, a little crap. Came beelining for us, went for our throat. We just jumped over him masterfully. Now back to the Deity Brocast. in my playlists, wherever they are. I'll go straight into the studio because that way I have access to everything. Here's a new video. If you for some reason want to see my let's play of this Divinity Original Sin Part 1 in the original, well, not original quality, but in higher quality than the stream version, which is also uploaded in the same playlist, you can watch this one. The other one has more commentary because it's paused now and then with live commentary over it. But this is the pre-recording. I recommend you watch either this one or the next one in the playlist. Where's the playlist? Do I actually just need to go to the channel after all? Now, in terms of playlist, YouTube is a massive improvement over Twitch. But it can still be a bit of clicking to navigate. It's still that at least you can actually have playlists here on your main page. That's not the case with Twitch. And it's also way slower to browse because for some reason they make these thumbnails fucking huge and they load slowly. Like everything on Twitch just loads. Like a really hard shit. I was looking for this playlist. Because look how far back the Sims stuff goes here. I'm gonna turn... You know what? Fuck this borders shit. Why do we have that? Okay, yeah. Pause. Pause for a second. I'm gonna put myself on the screen. But the growable version. There we go. So if you go back to my Twitch channel, there's some really old stuff there. This is from 2019, I think. That was like the first experiment with me streaming. And I had no idea what I was doing. On a technical level. And on the presentation level, because my voice was just vocal fry, I don't even want to show that part. I mean, you can watch it if you want. But I think I was just talking with vocal fry constantly. Then in 2020, though, like some of them don't remain up. 2020, I had a phase where I streamed for a friend. And we were like in a call. And this is all before I started streaming on Twitch. So for me, this is like a prehistoric era stuff. But you can see my origins, the sort of games I play. That's why I'm saying I'm definitely a simulation guy, even though you guys don't know it because it predates Twitch stuff for the most part.
You didn't say Zaprush this time either.
Then my first stream was actually a pre-recording of The Sims 4 that I rewatched.
Really rare one. The word of
that I watched and then rewatched later.
Chat
of when
notifications of anything like a follow.
The farming expansion came out. What is it called? Cottage Living.
This is just how we do things. We do them.
It's a lot of build mode stuff though. I will say Sims 4 is not that interesting. I'm not gonna go back to just playing Sims 4 and build mode stuff. That's just if I'm lazy, okay? You see me play that, you know I'm feeling fucking lazy.
I guess it really is 24 hours. It will probably coincide with how long.
But yeah, look, I'm actually the simulation guy after all.
Gonna be. Pause.
Not that I actually play the game that much. But even if we take away the Sims 4, which is like 90% build mode stuff,
you didn't say so.
And rants and tangents. No. I did play a lot of games in the simulation genre altogether because look, there's a whole playlist for that too. let's ignore the Sims for now and just go back to this. Flower Bowl, and I don't really care about anything else too much. And that's just the stuff that stayed published. Some of that didn't.
I think this is actually.
And something got blocked too for God knows what reason. Maybe because I watched 5 seconds of a children's show, a Belgian children's show from the 1980s again. I recently even published this. Should I bring this one back? Got some seeds. I dig. Is this game still getting updates, or is that that game finished? Like I could
But there's not
really see this game going places. Like if it just got endlessly updated. I only played it for a bit though. I might return to it if it was still relevant. Like Stardew Valley just never stopped being relevant. Blessed Plastic Dog. I want to return to that game too, but I'm looking for a good excuse to do it. And I don't. I mean, I need the kind of good banter for that, because the ducks are not doing much. So maybe one day if I have something really interesting to talk about, unlike today, we didn't prepare anything, I'll do it over some duck spawning. Now that I've proven to you guys, I have more simulation games, play more simulation videos than ever. This is aside from The Sims, right? So I'm the simulation guy, and now we're returning to that. Return to the scheduled programming. Don't ask me what that is. You saw nothing.